What's up, everybody? It's Friday, and I'm doing two today. I'm gonna do the new Sleep Token video. The album just dropped, and I want to cover that. But I just happened upon this completely by accident, and this is not necessarily the sort of music that I am hugely into. But when I find like a full album that has videos that only have like 15 to 20 views, I want to check them out and see what's going on. So this is an artist called GLOOM Soup, and the album, I believe the album is called Home, H-O-A-M. This song is called Waffle Lady. I listened to a little bit of it, but I haven't listened to the full song, so we'll watch that together. Before I get into it, a couple things. I do have my coffee, as always. I'm not a professional. Please don't expect me to be a professional in my review. And don't be a dick. Now, I am pretty confident this video will get somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 views, so I'm not really worried too much about it. But I think it'll be fun anyway. So let's check it out. This is Waffle Lady by GLOOM Soup. Alright, so that's GLOOM Soup. It's very jazzy. I haven't listened to any of the rest of the songs, but I assume they're also jazzy in a similar vein. Like I said, this is not the sort of music that I tend to listen to a lot of, but it's competently made, right? The mixing and stuff is all fine. The bass is pretty solid. Like, this is certainly a person who knows how to play their instruments. My assumption is that this is a one-person project. I'm not confident of that, but I feel like this is likely a one-person experiment, for lack of a better word. I was trying to identify where the video was shot, and my guess is southern United States. I'm going to say maybe Louisiana, maybe South Carolina, maybe Florida. I'm leaning mostly towards Louisiana because of those little bridges over waterways. that is the sort of thing you see a lot in swamp areas. It doesn't really matter, but it's just sort of trying to do a little detective work to see if I can figure it out. It's nice. Like I said, this is not the sort of music. It's certainly, like, I'm going to go lift in a little bit. This is not the sort of music I'm going to listen to in the gym. But it's not bad music if you wanted to put it on, like, in the background. I could easily see this being nice in, like, a restaurant, right? You're just out eating at, I don't know, fucking Olive Garden or something. I could see this kind of music going well with that sort of environment. Because it's not too obtrusive, you know, you can kind of tune in and tune out of it. I think it's good. Like, and here's just an example of how hard music is. This is a person who's put together a competent project, right? It's been, it's well made, multi-instrumentalist, you know, 17 views, 30 views. Like, this album's been up since 2016, and they've got, you know, they're averaging 2 views a year, 3 views a year, and that's a bummer, right? It's a bummer to me, but it's also just an illustration of how big YouTube is, how big the world of music is. I worked for a company back in the day that was working with YouTube. And at one point, this was 2016. Yeah, 2016. And at that point, YouTube was seeing 400 million hours of content uploaded every day. And I can only assume that's, I don't know, quadrupled, maybe quintupled in the last 5-10 years. There's a lot to wade through out there, and some people get lucky and some people don't. You know, I don't do this for a career. You know, would it be cool to someday be, you know, the next needle drop where this can be my full-time job and all I have to do is listen to music and talk about it? I mean, yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be an awesome gig. But realistically, that just doesn't exist for very many people. There are a lot of people doing music reviews and reactions, and there are a lot of people who are getting 5 to 10 views on their videos, just like me. And, you know, sometimes I have videos that do quite well, and I pick up some subscribers, and I get some, you know, interaction and stuff. But for the most part, it's just mostly me talking to myself, listening to music that I like to listen to. And as long as you can keep that perspective, you'll be fine. Right? I don't get my self-worth tied up into this too much. But I know that a lot of people want to be famous on YouTube, successful influencers, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And, you know, certainly pursue that, take it seriously if that's what you want to do. But understand, everybody else thinks that job would be pretty sweet. Like, you know, you think about being a professional athlete. I mean, you get paid tons of money. You only work part of the year. You really only work part of the day. You know, everybody loves you. You're famous. But you have to have a certain talent to be, you know, able to do that, right? Maybe you're 5'4". You're probably not going to make it as a quarterback. But anybody can be an influencer, right? You don't have to be tall or fast or able to dunk or whatever, which is great. You know, it's an open playing field. But at the same time, that means anybody can do it. And a lot of people think, hey, you know what would be a pretty cushy job is if I could make like 10 grand a month to just post on Instagram every day. Like, a lot of people want that job. So there's a lot of competition. So do it for passion. Do it because you enjoy doing it. Don't do it because you're trying to make money off of it. Maybe eventually you will make money off of it. But if you don't, you won't be as disappointed. And I feel the same way about art. Make art, make music, paint, draw, whatever, you know. Embrace your passions, but don't expect that they're going to be lucrative because art doesn't pay very much. There's a line from a Dumbfounded song. I'm going on and on this video that nobody's going to watch. But there's a line in a Dumbfounded song that he did with Pigeon John that goes, my teachers told me, Mr. Park, there's no money doing art. And that's pretty true. Even if you're a successful musician, there's not a lot of money in it. Most bands that are touring are in debt. They're not making money. It costs them money to go play music, and they're just trying to get from city to city. So support local artists where you can, right? Support local music. If you can go to shows, go to shows. If your friends put out something, go listen to it. Make your own stuff. Make your own art. And don't get tied up in if it's going to be commercially successful or not. Because some of the most successful artists of all time, some of the most successful albums, were not viewed as being viable commercially. But the artists made them because they wanted to. Because that's how they felt like they needed to express themselves. And authenticity tends to sell. That'll do it. I'm going to do another one here in a second, but thank you guys for watching. Those of you who did, have a good day. Stay safe out there. Be nice to each other. And don't talk to cops.